Hi, Diddly-o, friends. It's Rale, and we're here to Nintendo things again. And my audio is gonna loop for a second there because I was listening to the bagpipes. Right now, I'm currently joined by Stormsong and Andy Van. Say hi, lads.
Hi, lads.
Hi, lads.
Oh,
And as the stream title and game have given away, it's time to continue Fire Emblem this week. Oh boy.
yes.
Unfortunately, I do not have an image for Andy Van ready to put up on the stream, because I only
Don't
found out he
worry.
was going to be joining me 5 minutes before the stream started.
I forced my way in because I've got the Blue Yeti and I want to test it out. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is what my stream is for everyone else to test out their audio equipment while I show off Nintendo games.
Yay.
Yes.
I am not actually mad. I am always good to have more people join me.
Storm Song, we need to make our own knockoff game called Emblems of Fire.
There is actually a knockoff Fire Emblem game. One of the original creators left Nintendo and decided to make their own game with blackjack and hookers, and
I was going to do that, but in Bender's voice, I'm going to make my own Fire Emblem game with blackjack and hookers.
yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's something Ring.
They're in a place called the Sealed
It's not
Forest,
Elden Ring though.
close to the monastery.
I was about to say, I was like,
No.
spicy.
Before I let her
Hold
auto
on a
talk through
minute.
all this, if you remember last time, Dad Pie got killed by the red-haired student that we rescued after she'd been missing for a year. Turns out she's being protected by some sort of spooky guy, and
She's doing so in secret.
now we know where she is. So it's time to go murder the lady who killed our dad.
She must be
Yes.
afraid that a thirst for revenge will compel you to seek
Such
her
is the
out.
appropriate
Now
response.
that you know, will you give us the order?
No.
Don't pick up me drinking
I will
water.
not
What's wrong
allow
with
it.
you?
This discovery comes just when the knights are at their busiest. It is all too likely that our foes revealed themselves to lure you out there. They are
It's
the
a
ones
trap.
who took Gerald from you. I know how you must despise them, but I must ask you to rein in your personal feelings for now.
That guy with the hat, he lifts his brim just a bit and we see that he only has like one big
Stop.
eye.
Do not act
Can't
carelessly.
stop me now. I'm
I
gonna
ask
have
that
E
my
you leave this
revenge.
to us.
They're all gonna
Losing
die.
you so soon after losing Gerald would
Don't
be
stop me
unbearable.
now.
Lady
Don't
Rhea,
stop
Our
me
professor is not
now.
acting out of revenge. Sending us out there is the
Oh,
most
side note,
strategic move we can
Storm,
make.
do you want to make a post
can't
so
deny
that
it.
people know?
Most of the
Yeah.
knights are still
Play.
far away. Not only does our professor wield a hero's relic, but there is no one here who is more powerful. Seth and the few remaining knights can't leave the monastery unattended. We have fought under
Wait a
our
minute, she
teacher's
looking at
command
me?
countless times. We are the most effective army here.
With those
We are
lavender
already prepared
eyes?
for
Oh
battle.
my.
We have no idea what the enemy is plotting. We must act now.
Scrumbles hates lavender. Lavender's everywhere.
Lavender's a nice color, though. Not the best shade of purple. Royal purple is, obviously.
Scrumble means
Destroy
smell.
the enemy that is hiding in the
Eh,
sealed forest.
Lavender smells
You
just
have the
fine.
protection of the goddess
Also, the
over
tea
you.
is
I
pretty
like
Whatever happens,
mountain
you shall
rain or
Let's go, my teacher.
rain
Whatever
water.
happens, do not lose your conviction out there.
good. Those are valid scents also.
I like the smell of blue.
Blue drank.
The blue is my favorite.
I am getting a phone
smell.
call.
Oh
Be
no.
right back.
Appreciate it.
Would you like to know more about your car's extended warranty?
Oh boy, we got mastery exams because of the grinding that I did. Oh,
Could you-
right.
Could
They
you
have-
imagine? Oh, holy shit! You can get a bunch of different mounts. That's kind of neat.
So, because you can only use master classes on characters who are level 30 above. So we can do
Uh-huh.
Senpai, but Senpai's about, 1, can't use any of the master classes yet. And 2, is about to get their specialty class that's reserved just for them. So,
Eh.
Edelgard it is. And Edelgard is going to go into her. We're going to take a 68% shot at getting her peak class which is the Wyvern Lord.
Nice. Ah, it's an antlered wyvern. And yes, that is a wyvern, not a dragon.
You can tell because it has no extra hannies.
That's right. You're fighting me on this.
Also, like, that's literally something that's in this game. Gordon,
like-
does what lady ever go outside?
It will be looted regardless.
Oh god.
Well, he speaks the truth of the internet.
What would be
Heyo,
alluded to?
Digiman.
I don't understand.
Nope, she failed the test.
We have to hold you back a
How
year.
shameful.
The saddest of faces. We lost the
Unless-
68% coin flip. She cannot take another test until the next time we have access to classes.
You know, young lady, I can alter your test scores if you're willing to do me a favor.
No.
I've got about 500 Warhammer miniatures that need painting, and I just can't find the time to do it.
You're gonna be like, "Oh, Rale, why is your mind so dirty?" I'm gonna be like, "You know why my mind's so dirty."
You knew exactly what you were doing.
It's because you're a chicken. You literally eat shit.
No.
You're so mean.
One of these days, I'm going to have the art done to reveal my true form, and you're not gonna know what to do with it.
It's just a picture of a toaster.
Well, when people
No,
see
we've
it,
already
they're
got
gonna
a toaster.
when people see it, they're gonna understand why you're a Discord mod.
Cruel but good word use.
Well played. Alright. We're doing some generalized cleanup that I forgot to do during grinding session. Wait, did we never develop a
How did you
relationship
know
with
Dorothea was an
Dorothea?
orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble, and he enrolled her in the academy.
Does someone like that even belong here?
I never really cared for like that kind of helmet.
I suggest ignoring them.
I think it's called a
Why
skull
didn't you
cap.
Scare me like that.
You seem
I
less
think that one's a little
scared than
broader.
surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose.
Bucket hat.
As for those two gossips, unimportant.
I mean, I don't like
I
bucket
suggest
helms
you read
either.
all about them
Yeah.
and their petty words.
I think the type I like is the nice Italian like visor sliding helmet.
Generally makes me feel
Yeah, you're a preferential to a Salid.
Yes.
I am not a fan of helmets,
Doesn't
actually.
seem particularly difficult. Where's the
No.
problem? Is this about your pride?
Mostly because
No.
this is like actual IRL. My particular fighting style does not uses uses dodges and parries more than blocks. So the sensory deprivation of a helmet is actually a massive disadvantage for me.
But your life is your own business.
So, when are we gonna do a Rale plays Dark Souls?
Never.
I kept
One.
talking, didn't I?
Actually, there might be Dark Souls on the Switch, but I don't care for Dark Souls.
Please do.
Well, that's kind of like one of the best, from what I understand. That seems to be the
Look,
usual way of doing it. You just roll out the way most of the time.
if there's anything we learned from the Mario streamers, that's Rale is not actually good at video games. Rale is entertaining at video games, but not good at them.
No, if you have to be good. Well, I don't know, Dark Souls. I wouldn't
You
mind
know,
playing it.
I am not getting good. I understand why some people like Dark Souls, but I don't care for it. I don't care for the whole getting good mentality, personally. I play video games to have fun.
Mhm.
And I do that by #throw hands.
I play video games to master my enemy.
By which you mean yourself?
Sometimes.
Oh, actually, that reminds me.
I play video games to escape the horrors of reality. And in
Oh,
doing
we
so,
could.
I inoculate myself and make myself weaker every
could.
day.
I have a terrible, dark idea.
Do it.
Inventory items. Bernadetta. Items. You don't need this anymore. Do we have another steel bow? Yes, we do. So we're gonna. Oh, that's the steel bow plus. So we gotta repair that one. Blacksmith. Okay, first, repair the broken steel bow. Specifically because that's steel bow plus. Second, not repair. Forge this steel bow into a longbow. Less uses, but the important thing about the longbow's range is rather than having a range of 2 like a normal bow, it has a range of 2 to 3. Then, longbow, forge into longbow plus, of which we don't have enough wood still. Sad face, but now she has a longbow for additional range shenanigans, because her range wasn't bullshit enough already.
Yay.
Yeah. You know, I kind of, for a moment while there, I kind of wanted to get into, or at least try out Zen archery. Or just meditative archery.
I mean, that's generally most target shooting archery is meditative, but some there's some like traditions that are a little more focused on the meditation aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I do archery when I can, but I currently don't own my own bow, so. All right.
Would you like to go to the sacred forest? Ooh.
We have been joined by another.
It's Whack Daddy!
Yay,
Who wants a body
Whacker!
massage?
He's here to titillate our mind with teachings as a good father offers.
We are now.
Much
I
is his
am
wisdom.
here for
We must
bare
not let our
few
guard
minutes.
Professor,
Hey, it's that guy who's obviously not a villain.
Our enemies will be taking.
What?
We will take our enemies down.
Well, it's not
What
like
is
we have
this?
any
Is
other
Hubert
missions
trying to
this month.
figure out like
I suppose
who's the
this
best
is as good a way
waifu?
as any to spend
We
our
are
energy.
about to
Hard
go
spending energy?
achieve
We better finish
vengeing
this fast
upon a
before the
lady.
pigs start flying everywhere.
On the one that killed Dad?
Enemy
Yes,
could
the
be
one that killed
close.
Daddy-O.
It is time to repay the kindness of the professor who saved my life. Professor, I know I'm the one who insisted we come here, but
Commence
don't doubt for a
stabbing.
moment that the enemy is waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Edelgard, what are you saying?
What other objective
I
could they
believe she
possibly
said
have?
commence stabbing.
We have no clue what kind of trap is waiting for us.
Also, Digiman,
Please be careful, my teacher.
my whole thing
We can't
is
afford to lose you.
fun games are fun games. Like, I like old
The
games,
enemy
but I
is
also
strong,
like new
but you
games,
will
because
prevail.
every game has something
must.
to offer, even the bad ones. And just like with cinema wins and movies, I like finding out what's good about a game. And I will try most games. The reason I won't play Dark Souls on stream is, well, one, because it doesn't fit into my Nintendo-focused Saturday afternoons. And two is I have tried pretty much every Dark Souls game, and I just don't really care for them. I have fun with them, and I don't have fun with them. I understand why other people have fun with them.
Yes.
You know what's
because
weird
some
is I
people
actually-
like brain damage.
I actually like watching people coach other people through the game. I know it sounds weird, and some people might see it as backseat gaming, but it's like
No, that's valid.
it's just fast. It's just fast. It's literally like you got the coach in the back, and he's like telling the fighters like, "Come on, he's a bum. You gotta
Oh.
go in there."
The difference between backseat gaming and coaching is whether or not the recipient is willing to receive the said feedback.
Yeah, backseat is when someone is providing unsolicited advice.
Well,
To put it nicely.
unsolicited could be okay as long as the person is okay with it. It's whether or not the recipient is okay with it. That's really the only thing.
Look there, demonic beasts. I suppose. they
Yeah,
are
that's why you
holding
should
back.
have your backseat like the taxi driver in Heavy Metal.
What?
Hello, you're here.
Watch the Heavy
Welcome
Metal
to the
movie, you'll
Forest of
Oh,
understand.
Death.
yeah, this lady, the reveal.
Hello, you're here.
My name is
Welcome to the
Anya.
Forest
This
of Death.
wiggling girl was just a borrowed look for me.
Oh,
This is what I really look like. Now, you vermin, I'll take down every last one
what
of
the
you.
hell?
Did you go back to the last face? It looked a lot better.
Also, let's zoom in.
Also, will you lay off the
Do that.
Twinkies?
This is what she looks like.
What the hell?
I mean, one of your thighs literally ripped through your pants. You gotta, like, see a doctor about that or something.
Mhm.
Oh
Alright.
my.
Now then, where were we? Ah, yes. Dominating the enemy because we're severely overleveled. Woo!
You hear propellers, and then you hear, like... Senpai Rale, we are over the designated target area. Proceeding with bombardment. You just hear whistling. Oh god, it's like that anime gate all over again.
Okay, child's home. I am going to
Yep.
go. I
Have
will
a
talk
beautiful
to you
time,
guys
be
later.
safe.
Bye, Whacker.
Enjoy your time with the chitlin.
Did he punch that dragon, or did he cast a spell at
Holy
it?
magic. Specifically, a holy spell called Nosferatu that drains health. Don't ask me why it's in the class of holy magic.
I was about to
don't
say,
know.
I was about to say, that's not a holy sounding spell.
Stay focused.
One could argue... So it's technically, like, faith magic is the specific words used. Equip javelin to engage thing. Oh wait, no, she can attack at any counter at any distance. So we're gonna keep the steel lance.
Holy caster, you stride in war, but your spells are clean. Oh, don't you know what I mean?
The only thing is, yeah, she's just trying. The reason why she failed her test is because her flying skill isn't high enough quite
I will
yet.
get the victory.
Petra's leveling up
Oh, no.
surely. Okay, and we'll send
That's my
at least
cue.
one mage this way. Oh wait, I can do that. I forgot I made her a dancer. Hello.
Wunderbar. Or as they say
I-
in Germany, Wunderbra.
Also, welcome
I
back. Digimon.
cast fireball.
She will
kinda
cast
lame.
Fireball later. Right
What the
now,
hell is that?
she danced and gave Edelgard another turn, which means
Oh,
Edelgard
okay.
can now engage in melee.
Engaging in the melee.
Tempest. Nope, no other ones.
So
Okay.
Wyvern's going to use his hind legs to scratch at the face of that other beast because it doesn't have 4 legs.
Hmm.
As you
Yeah, let's
wish.
send Hubert this way. And Lysithia can go this way.
If this takes too
Splitting
long,
your
I will
forces in
force
two.
this
It's
game.
always a
Or
good
do you
combat
simply
tactic.
intend to let me go? How accommodating of you. As for me, I intend to kill you all.
Your main caster pulls out the black materia. Oh shit!
He's got syphilis, he got it from Eris Sephiroth!
She's not just a flower girl.
Also, it's Aerith, not Eris.
I know, but that was sung before that whole thing. That's like really old
I
Newgrounds
think when I was a
humor.
dumbass kid, I think I called her Ares.
Also, they actually, the actual official statement is that because the Final Fantasy VII now has a broken timeline, that the Eris of the original game is Eris, and the Eris of the current games is Aerith.
My boy.
See, I was
Look at
just
what they've
trying
done my beautiful
to
boy.
provoke controversy because I know that's apparently a controversial thing.
Oh, yeah,
Eh.
no, like, what Final Fantasy does is if the players find something controversial, they'll lean into it, but then also try to confuse themselves as they're writing it.
Can't get ahead of myself.
As long as everybody understands that Barrett is best boy.
In fact, he was considered the best character in the remake.
He really is. Like,
He's
he's
a
a
very
really
good
good leader, you know?
Mhm.
He's strong and tough when he needs to be, and he's soft and kind when he needs to be, you know?
Yeah, and the only time we ever see him be, like, unreasonable or, threatening is when his daughter is threatened. Which
Well,
is
in the beginning, he
normal.
kind of comes across as a hard ass, but then I don't know. I mean, I wonder, like, I think the hard ass is more of a front he puts up, and if you know his story, you know, God, I can't wait for them to cover that in a remake. Jeez.
I think that'll be this game, won't it? This
Yes, it will.
upcoming one.
So this game is going to give us Dime, Red's father, Red 13's father,
Aerith's hometown? No, Zack's hometown, right?
Children, if you don't want to suffer for about 10 seconds, cover your ears.
Guangaga.
Here we go. We're all going to the gold saucer, to the gold saucer, to the gold...
Yes, Gold Saucer. We're going to probably also be seeing some of the stuff they're adding in that was in other games, but not in the original. So
I want online multiplayer PvP chocobo racing. God damn it.
actually, given the way of things, they might do that.
I want to gradually breed my chocobos up. Get your wonderful and your...
So what you're talking about is competitive incest.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Wait, what?
Really? No, what you're talking about is that one Chocobo, like, RX or something? There's already a Chocobo racing game.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's like a Chocobo
like...
Mario Kart. It's great.
Yeah, but one that's more accessible because, you know...
I don't remember exactly which systems that one's on.
Yeah, I think that's a good... I think that gives me a few more points than you understand. This Graham's Gate on the PSP. Oh yeah, where can I find a PSP? Ah.
Chocobo GP is on the Switch, Android, and iOS, and that's why you haven't played it, because you don't play phone or Switch games.
I've played phone games. There are some good phone games. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a nice, simple, cartoony city building game, Townsman is a pretty good one.
I heard you say nice cartoon, and I was like, I swear to God, if you say Fate Go, I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna reach through the internet and smack you.
I'd like to start playing Puzzles and Dragons again.
Oh
I
God,
don't
no.
think I remember my password and all that. I like that game. That was a good game.
To be fair, I am not one to talk. Digiman, competitive incest? You mean medieval European nobles?
Well, medieval noble is kind of worldwide. It's not just European.
Look at my son. He has a third lip. Yes.
Third lip? That's upsetting.
My daughter has an extra set of fingers, like the Nephilim of old.
Oh God, I just thought of, yes, my child, you can tell my child's royal because he was born with a split lip. I can give you a split lip.
My child will be a master on the battlefield. With her cross eyes like that, she can see in multiple directions. Man,
also,
that's
one
an
is
insult to someone.
mostly not that common amongst nobility. It was just like specifically the Habsburgs were most known for it, but otherwise it wasn't super common.
It's okay, so it gets kind of difficult because you also have to establish what you're actually talking about. Because what we're talking about is cousin to cousin within 3 steps. But there are some versions of those, like recordings that talked about it cousin to cousin within 2 steps or cousin to cousin within a step. We consider it inbreeding within 3 steps. So you have that. you also have the fact that even if it's like 4 or 5 steps, if that's a closed gene pool, then after numerous generations, you're going to run into problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, look up the ostrich toe people.
Oh, yeah, he can
Also
move
fun.
this around. Alright.
Rale taking his main unit up to the left side of the aisle. You're an upper laner.
How effective is this going to be at this range? Yeah, 55 chance to hit.
You do have fucking meteor.
You thought you made a stupid joke, and then I'll fire you through.
Have you played Triangle Strategy yet?
I have indeed played Triangle Strategy. The only reason why I don't play it on stream is because they're no longer Nintendo exclusives, and I do try to keep to that rule. As much as there are lots of games I like across pretty much everything, I do try to focus this on Nintendo because a lot of other people don't have Switches, especially amongst our audience. So I try to be like, this is something different from what you're going to see with what everyone else is playing. It's like a variety hour thing.
Can I ask you a question, Rale?
Yeah?
Do you like dropping the fucking sun on people?
What do you mean?
The waifu, the pink-haired girl.
Oh, see, here's the thing. Honestly, I don't remember too much of the game, and I did not complete it yet. Because I got distracted by another game, and so I need to go back and play through that.
Flicks tongue in disgust.
Look, man, I am not diagnosed, but there is a very solid chance I have ADHD. You've heard me talk. You know what I'm about.
Triangle Strategy is a very good game, and
it's a great game.
Yeah, it really does. I think it captures a lot of what was in the Final Fantasy Tactics games. The main problem I have with it is it's purely human on human. You don't run into monsters or anything like that, which is...
See, I don't have a problem with that. My literal only complaint is the lack of the ability to change classes. Everyone has their set specific class to themselves.
Everyone is pretty much a class from Final Fantasy Tactics in a way.
It makes it work, and all the classes are interesting, and all the characters are useful. That's important. I just want more class system because I want more Final Fantasy Tactics. It is still a great game. All the mechanics work well.
Yes, it is a good game. Storm!
He's so mean.
Wait, did Storm sass it?
No.
Okay,
I think Andy's just being a sassy boy.
We're gonna need to get everyone in on this because she is going to be... What's this thing? Does she have something that lets her counterattack from any range?
How else am I going to release all the aggression built up at work? I need therapy.
Okay, yeah, looks like she can't attack. She can't counterattack at range. So we're gonna blast her with mages and then bring Senpai in to deal the final blow and get vengeance for his pops. Papa. Do you have another charge of warp? No, you only had one charge. Okay.
Daddy.
Daddy-o. Eat your peas, son. Luckily, we've got more than one character with warp. Great for me, bad for them.
Ah, shit, he's infested with demons.
Stop it. Get some help. Alright, what's got our highest hit chance?
So the flying mounts and other mounts, do you like capture them or do you have to buy them?
No, it's just when you change class you get the mount.
Oh,
hey, look at that, a crit. Good job, Dorothea.
Magic missile.
Show me more.
Oh shit, okay. I thought she had more than one health bar.
Oh, that was kind of anti-climatic. Oh my god.
Ah, the anime fall.
She should be dead.
How could I really lose to a lowly creature like you?
Not technically human.
Well.
So
You most certainly do.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Very bad touch.
Whack Daddy has returned.
Oh, good, Whacker, you're just in time.
Your sacrifice will help to rid this world of the filthy vermin that have long infested it.
Who the what? What? What?
So that's the
He's
real
gonna-
form of the lady who killed Pops.
He's gonna turn her into a monster, I bet.
Nope.
Is she human?
No, neither of them are.
The time is finally come. To
Are they
unleash the
homunculi?
forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our
Didn't-
enemy.
Okay. Nice view. So, purple miasma bad.
I mean,
Okay.
purple smoke, you know?
With you, Fellstar.
Okay.
That could only have been magic. What happened to our
That
professor?
could only have been
Think an
magic.
eternity wandering in a void of nothingness, never to return to this world.
Right in the middle of his monologue, an arrow just
We almost had
walks
the
right in the
sword
middle of
of
his
the
forehead.
That dude is about 75% forehead.
Our professor is no ordinary human.
It is hard to fathom that our professor would die in a place like this.
You
Look at all
stop
them
killing my main
believing in
villains.
me.
Possible that death has yet to find your friend, but there are worse things than death. Drifting through the darkness with no chance of
Pulls out a
escape.
baseball bat. Let's see if your skull splits over like a melon.
It must be torturous.
You're already boasting a victory, but know this. If you did use such devious tricks to stop our professor, I swear that you will regret it.
I cannot help but agree with her this once. Even if our
Dramatic
professor is
speech.
trapped in darkness, that is not the end of the
Dramatic
story.
speech.
I will not forgive such
Oh,
arrogance.
yeah.
If
The
you
most
prefer
dramatic.
it so, you shall also be added to the ranks of the dead.
Okay.
This is what happens when you use too much head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Right into an enemy's trap. Are you just
Lolly
a boulder
Dragon
that
is
rolls down
pissed.
whatever hill it's on? No.
She's a pissy lolly dragon.
She is pissed.
I can
You're a boulder
explain.
that rolls down every hill. I mean, like, Scrumbles is.
As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. But please consider this. This realm of darkness we are in is separate from the world from which you came. I mean that it would take a god to leave this place.
Okay, on that note, I do need to leave again, so I
Oh,
will
no.
need to catch back
Prepared to
up.
die?
If you can, just keep watching the stream. Senpai's about to do a thing.
I will not be able to. I will follow up with the VOD later and
Alright.
bug you about
I
it.
thought as much.
Alright, guys.
I also do not
I
wish
will
to
talk
die.
to you all later.
And
Take
Wait, what?
care.
I miss him
there is
already.
no other choice.
That stinking rat.
What
Do
choice?
you recall your father's diary? He said you were a
Yeah, about that
child who
time he
never
went to the
cried
whorehouse.
nor laughed.
Ah!
I think I am the one to blame. I must have been asleep, but even then, I feel I was a part
So
of
this bit is implying that because she was asleep until recently inside of us, that her being asleep was also causing our main character's emotions to be asleep also. This is why the main character only recently started laughing, smiling, and cried for the first time when Daddy-O was, undid. undeaded.
I do not know how Rhea managed it, but she allowed me to exist inside of you. The truth is, I have always been with you. It is within you that I found my power yet again. The power of a goddess. The power of the progenitor god. My name is Sothis. By now, you must be well aware of what that means. I am the one who watches over Fodlan and the creatures dwelling there. I am Sothis. She who died and then returned.
Also
There is
note the
but
background
one thing
music.
left to do to save the
Yeah,
sun from this
it's caught my
darkness of
attention quite well.
I must now use the power.
I
of
do
a
like
god.
that style of music where you kind of just have these subtle
I lack a body
hits of
my own,
something that come out of
and
nowhere.
so I must
Ominous
relinquish all
chanting
the
in the
powers I
background.
have
Oh shit!
to you.
Neo
The time has
Imba.
come for you and I to join as one.
Sardaukar intensifies.
When that comes to pass, then I shall disappear. When I say disappear, I do not mean that all I am will be no more. My soul will join with yours, and you and I will never be apart.
Oh, like getting married?
I will no longer have the chance to speak with you.
Are you my girlfriend?
I shall miss it.
Oh, you mean like getting married?
So long have I been on this path with you. Through you, I got to see and hear this world. I even got to chastise you from time to time. I may not have acted like a goddess, but it was certainly fun. For all that you have done, thank you. I'm glad that it was you to whom my fate was bound. Now, we must pray. For if we share this wish, our spirits too will join as one. Your wish is to return to the forest, stop the enemy, and rescue the little ones. No need for words. I know your heart as though it were my own.
You sick fuck.
Actual animated cutscene.
Oh my.
Your will and mine are now as one. Both sides of time are revealed to you, and you alone. You know I am the beginning. What shall you do?
Oh shit, it's the part from the trailers.
And he gets a mask, he has to rip it off.
Straight up Super Saiyan. And see, the Super Saiyan yelling everything.
So the Philstar consumes even the darkness itself.
I will cut through as many space-time continuums as I have to, as long as you are one of them.
Professor, it is you, right?
That's probably a good way to describe X-many,
But for now, let's dispose of our enemies.
X-many anime characters.
In the darkness of Zaharas, this would be impossible. The only being that can withstand that darkness is... Unless I dispose of you myself, I may never have the chance to send you back there.
Runs up to the guy and just starts giving him a noogie.
Also, I was slightly wrong. We did. Oh, the Sword of the Creator's stronger now. Yeah, the Sublime Sword. Unfortunately, we don't get the class change quite yet. But soon, TM. All right. So as much as I want to continue right now, we're not ending the stream. I just have to pee so bad it hurts. So I'll be right back.
Hear little funny feet sounds.
No.
After this,
Yep.
I will become the most powerful class, a calculator.
Oh my. So, how is the happy little Andy van today?
Well, I left work early, and I told my boss I'm leaving work early, and she says, "Is this, that, and another done?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then drove into town, and I said, "You know what? I'll finally go to Best Buy and see if they've got a Blue Yeti and just look at it." And I looked around, didn't see any, and I just looked around the store, and this lady says, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Nah, just seeing if you got a Blue Yeti." It didn't look like you got one. She said, "That's all right." I was going to leave the store, and on the shelf was a Blue Yeti. I'm like, this is oddly serendipitous. And you know, as a good Christian boy, you got to take messages when you get them.
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, how much is it?" It's like $120. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And she's like, "Yay!" And I bought it. And then I went to Sicily's Pizza and ate until I told myself, "Why did I do this?" Because I wanted spaghetti and meatballs real bad.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, back. I'm Stormsong.
Hi.
All right, now for second boss.
And after that, I went to Barnes & Noble's, and I got a box of, what is it called? The mechs from Catalyst Games, the horse things. I don't know. I just knew I didn't have that box set, so I thought, throw it in there. I have a bad I have that bad habit of if I walk into a store, I have to buy something. I hate walking into the store without getting something, you know?
I see.
Which is why I'm glad often when they have like a snack or a drink or something. It's like, this will do.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that I won't leave a store without buying anything. I just feel really awkward.
Well, that's not my particular problem. I know what you're talking about because, like, I have OCD, so I have like certain little ritual things I can't avoid doing.
Little quirks.
There are many different things about you, but that's okay. That's okay. Shit, somebody's tore open a realm to hell and they released Mr. Rogers. Hello, neighbor.
Okay, I take offense to the thought that Mr. Rogers would end up in hell.
When I didn't mean hell, I do wish I didn't say hell, like to the realm of
to
the
the
dead.
afterlife. How about that?
Yeah.
Whereas my brain just goes to, no, they sent him there because the demons needed reformation and they decided to start from the basics.
Remember, kids, if you want to live a good life, try to be as close as you can to Steve Irwin, Mr. Rogers, and shite, I can't remember the third one.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, yes, thank you.
And I think the fourth one was like Jim Henson, who's kind of like who's the closest to like
or LeVar Burton. That was the fifth one.
So the problem with both of those is the second one you said was the guy who does Reading Rainbow, right?
Yeah, LeVar Burton.
There's been some issues with him, with how he did some stuff with business side of Reading Rainbow. But also, shoot, who was the first one again?
Jim Henson?
Jim Henson, yeah. Jim Henson had some mental health issues that caused him to mistreat his wife and get divorced, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't aware of that, but
yeah.
My understanding of the Reading Rainbow situation was that LeVar Burton was bad with money, not necessarily anything shisty.
Amazing.
I don't know exact details. I just remember there being some reason that I'm like, LeVar Burton is not a bad guy, but not a like peak like Mr. Rogers. In fact, I'd say that for both of them. They're not bad. They're both good people, but they're not like the peak that is Mr. Rogers, Steve Irwin, and
You know
Bob
that
Ross.
person you like? Let me tell you something horrible about him.
Not really horrible, just like this is why they aren't in the major leagues.
Well, yeah, there's the Trinity, and then there's other good examples.
Yes. They are still good boys, but they are not best boys. It's like the friggin' Jedi Council. You have a seat on the council, but we do not give you the rank of best boy.
No, I'm sad.
I'm gonna go kill a bunch of kids now.
You see, we were saying best boy, so my brain was still on dogs, and I'm like, well, you know what, never mind.
He got that dog in him.
Lady, I'm not here. I'm not here on my will. They're forcing me to fight. Help! God, Rale, you're a monster. That poor animal.
Yeah, that poor animal. Hi, this is Eligard. Good news!
I am so happy right now.
It's okay. When we kill you, we'll make sure to use every single bit.
So,
And
how
they
much
dissolve
do...
into smoke and goop, so...
So how much do either of you know about the Bohemian Revolt?
You know, I was hoping that the other half of that was going to be Rhapsody, to be honest.
Right.
Well, that's fair. There's actually some relation. No, so the Bohemian Revolt was in the 15th century, a major revolt by Bohemian, parentheses, we nowadays call them Czech, rebels against the Catholic Church. And the reason it's of historical note, apart from being sort of a preemptor to the Protestant movement, it's also the first time that somebody had the brilliant idea of taking wagons, covering them, armoring them, and sticking guns out of every direction in them. So they figured out how to make basically mobile forts and sort of proto-tanks.
Isn't that
the War Wagon?
The War Wagon, yeah. Wasn't that...
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was a Korean unit in Age of Empires.
They had something similar, although what theirs had a ballista in it. And so, anyways, in the definitive edition of Age of Empires 2, there was DLC released a little while ago that I couldn't grab at the time, and because of Steam Summer Sale, I just got it, and so now I have a small troop of angry war wagons about to go do things.
Yeah.
War
Come here,
Wagons
Poland.
has some nice alliteration to it. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, real quick, this rock is suspicious. Oh. That's not friendly. That is not a rock.
It's a golem.
Yeah.
Golem.
It is. They want nothing to do with it. It needs to stay over there. Boop. Hello, goodbye.
Ancient prehistoric technology.
Gotta love that stuff. Put hair on your chest. And put chests on your hair.
This is harder than expected.
It'll put Nair on your chest. Wait, what?
Mr. Potter. Run away! Run away! She's one of those bronies.
Hey! You're so mean!
Storm, I'm in this statement. I don't know how to feel about it.
Look, a lot of people have trouble accepting that, you know, they just really, really like horses and horse-related things.
I think there was a guy that was accepting of horses really lucky.
Yeah, boop. Not talk about that.
He's dead now.
I know, I can't think of a pun right now.
He was horsing around. There you go. There's your pun.
Oh, he can't figure anything out. He's hoofing it.
Well,
What's a horse's favorite side with its hamburgers?
what?
Tater trots.
You realize the trots is an old term for diarrhea.
Hey, Rale.
Yes.
How do you drive a baby buggy?
How?
Ow.
You tickle his feet.
That's adorable. Stop it.
I hate it. Go away.
This is how it is. I cannot let you live.
You stole the words from my mouth. You lost the moment you failed to kill the professor.
I mean, in reality, the professor's nowhere near this. Edelgard's just that big of a threat. It'd be even worse if she had her Dragon Lord class, but she failed the test.
To think
You know what I hope that they either do a remake of, or just release it on Steam for crying out loud? Legend of Dragoon.
but this
Not a
is
bad
the
choice.
end. Tell us
Like,
to carry out our mission.
God, that was...
somehow.
Well, I say it was a good
over.
game, but I only really played it once, and it was in that,
About
like,
your
age where,
appearance.
like...
Everything you play is a good game because you're at that age.
See, here's the thing. I never grew out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I beat it. That makes it a good game.
I mean, if Quest 64 gets onto Nintendo Switch Online, I'm gonna play that on stream.
Just
And it is
remember, there's a...
arguably mechanically a garbage game, but I still love it.
There are plenty of
remember-
games like that I adore them, but I know that mechanically speaking, they're not good.
Hair. And those eyes.
Just gotta remember that there's a generation of adults out there that
What
don't know what a
happened?
memory card is.
You wound me, sir.
Want
I
to
mean-
save your games? That'll be $50.
Here's the thing. Okay, I hate that. These damn kids don't know what this old thing is.
I'm not.
It's because
I'm
we don't
joking
need
around.
that
I'm pulling
shit
shit
anymore.
I'm playing.
Also, we still have memory cards. They're called SD cards. I have one in my Switch.
You have an STD in your
SD,
Switch? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
God
I'm joking.
dang it, Storm!
Oh, yeah, about as much as he talks about it, he's probably passing it around. That's why it's got it.
I mean, you can pass the Switch around. It is a mobile
I
platform.
see.
I'll have you cut your own Switch if you're not careful, young lady.
Well, I'm happy for you. Your weapon is called the Sword of the Creator, after all. It's no wonder she looks favorably upon you. Just as it was with Saint Saros, no doubt.
Oh shit! Wait,
And
it's the
just
sword
how
of the
will you use this new
Creator.
power,
Looks up in the
Professor?
meteors in the sky. I did it for myself because I'm an asshole.
For us. I see. Tell me, if the world, and your students included, were to divide and go to war with each other, what would you do? In that scenario, each side would represent both the world and your students. Who would you...
Oh, we
Professor?
passed the hell out.
Have you fallen asleep? This must be a side effect of your recent changes. I can't just leave you here.
Also, note we're blonde now.
Could try carrying you, but no. I had better call for Hubert.
She looks to the left, looks to the right. Yes, we're alone.
Oh no.
Gets real close to him, pulls out a black marker and starts scribbling all over his face.
Flames ever burning bright on the swift river's drift, broken memories alight. Professor, you must remain still.
Everything is all right. There is no need to worry. Those who are trying to harm you are far away. How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever. I wish I could hold on to this time we have stolen, that you and I could create a world without end. I have heard whispers of what happened to you. Your appearance. You have received power from the goddess. From the moment you took hold of the sword of the Creator, I prayed that one day the radiant power of Sothis, which bathes Fodlan in its celestial light, might reside within you. But you are so much more than the light. You are my... Close your eyes, dear one. Sleep just a while longer.
Uh-oh, my controller's dying.
Uh-oh.
Always.
It's okay. I have a cable right here. I just don't always keep it plugged in because, you know.
I know you said cable, but my brain went to capo, and I'm like, what if you could plug a capo in for a guitar? What would that look like? Like,
I
it just
thought capo
automatically
was like
starts
a rank in the Mafia.
Part 1.
a capo, I think, yeah. But no, a capo for a guitar is like a thing that allows you to adjust the pitch by clamping down existing
are enveloped in a bitter cold,
by clamping down on the fretboard.
The sea to the south of Adrestia. When feather white snow falls on Fodlan's locket, the fort looks as delicate as a pearl. However, beneath
why do guitar players have anxiety?
Why?
Because they don't have a choice but to fret. Fuck you. That one's actually really good.
I don't know. I've heard me. I often hear that they can pick whatever they want.
Okay, seriously, you guys are being mean now.
It's all going according to plan.
We'll just keep strumming along.
Rale, he's just mad that we're both bass.
Rhea, please, talk to me. What are you like? What is the meaning of how...
Why must you two do this to me? I have become whacker.
Ah, you're just out of tune.
At the end of this month,
I read Gerald's diary. I happened upon it in his room.
What?
Oh. Shut the fuck up!
In it, he stated the reason for his departure. The baby, thought to have died in the fire, has returned to us. Gerald realized that you had done something to the child and decided to flee.
The baby that died in fire has returned to us, and he seeks revenge.
Questionable, I should hope.
It's that scene from V for Vendetta.
No more, I beg of you. I will take our dear professor to the Holy Tomb. There, I should be able to see our dearest wishes to fruition. When I was young, I heard her voice there. I'm sure of it. You may enter. I have been awaiting your arrival, Professor. Now that you have received sacred power from the goddess, there is somewhere you must pay a visit to at once. You must go to the Holy Tomb so that you may receive a divine revelation from the goddess.
The Holy Tomb is where the goddess sleeps. This monastery was originally built for the purpose of protecting that hallowed temple.
Only a select few know of it, but there is a legend about Seiros and the Holy Tomb. Saint Seiros, the first soul to be gifted power from the goddess, received her revelation there. She was told that it was her sacred duty to save the people of Fodlan. and that she must use her power wisely in order to lead them. The words that were handed down to Seros from the goddess will likely fall upon your ears as well.
Prepare yourself to go at once. There, may you find out why you were blessed with such power.
There will be a ceremony at the Holy Tomb. It is then that you will receive the goddess's revelation. You may share this mission with your students. It is said that when Seros received the revelation, she had holy warriors by her side protecting her. Your students, who have followed you and fought alongside you through the darkest of times, are well suited to stand by you for the ceremony. Of course, as the leader of the Church of Seros, I will be by your side as well. The occasion is too significant to be missed. Even if something were to happen, I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Much has changed.
The audience has no
Has
idea.
not wavered. Steel your mind for the ceremony and prepare your
The audience has the mind of perverts!
I mean, yes, but we try not to be obvious about it most of the time.
Oh my.
It's Hilda's birthday. We don't care because we can't recruit her.
Sorry, I gotta save money for presents for people who actually matter. Bye.
You're so mean!
Alright, there we go. Now we get access to the powerful class. Behold, the Enlightened One
What a
class.
strange feeling.
The outfit is dumb, but
I figured it out. The answer to the age-old question that has boggled mankind for eternity.
what?
The egg came first.
Well, yeah, because whatever laid the first chicken egg wasn't technically a chicken. That's how
And dinosaurs
evolution
were laying
works.
eggs long before chickens, and fish were laying eggs long before dinosaurs. Get wrecked, fuckers! Jumps out the window.
Right. So the specifics of this is that with the Enlightened One class, they can use both magic and swords, and weapons, but they're specialized for swords.
I shall fight you with reason and authority. Do you see this badge on my chest? It means I'm better than you! Oh god, he's right! They run away.
It is arguably the best class for main character powers here.
Yes.
I know it's weird that I don't have Edelgard using an axe right now, but she needs to love. Actually, wait, no, she doesn't need to specialize in lances anymore.
Killer axe.
There it is.
Devil axe. Hammer? That's not an axe!
Yes, but it functions similar to an axe.
No, it doesn't!
The game
Stop
treats it
lying
as
to me! You're
specialized
gaslighting
axe.
me!
Alright,
It's not even the industrial age, and you're gaslighting me.
he doesn't need that anymore.
That's where somebody comes in the chat and says, actually, gaslight was invented around this particular age in human technology. Oh yeah, Digiman, Legend of Dragoon was the first multi-disc game you ever played? Yeah. Imagine what it was like when I bought Final Fantasy VII for the PC. Just open that fucker and it's got like 4 discs. Matter of fact, when I got to the scene where the weapons were escaping the crater, my computer kept freezing. I literally had to go buy a RAM stick and shove it in the computer. I went from 32 megabytes. I don't think it was megabytes. I think it was kilobytes at 32 Was it megabytes? I don't remember. I just remember when 36 to 64.
Alright.
Was to play a video.
Double check. Hit plus 10. We don't have any. Ah. Don't think we've got anything better that does the same thing yet, just the speed ring. Dude. Okay. Support! Such support. Oh, Dorothy and Yuri.
Oh no, a lot of these girls don't look like they need support.
Oh.
Messed up, Yuri guys.
Bruh.
I saw the whole thing.
What was it you think you saw?
It looked like you were singing to the children in the alley out back.
Aww.
And may I say, you were fantastic. Your performance.
Yeah,
hit me
Yuri,
right in the
you
heart.
try to pretend like you're a
That was a song
bad
from Lil
bitch,
Fran's
but you
Imperial
really
Couple
are like
show,
all
right?
these girly
Ah,
things,
the good old
like
days.
puppies
You
and
must have come back
kitties
night
and
after night if you
Nagata.
remember it that well.
Perhaps a few times.
Someone
I
out there is
remember
gonna get
well
that
how you looked
reference.
up on that stage.
How dare you?
You were the talk of the capital among
Eat Girl Squad!
unsurpassable.
Well, almost.
Yes, that was it.
I miss video games.
It's
I
hard
miss
to
being a
believe I run
sentient
into that
being.
unsurpassable songstress in a place like this. Luck is on my side, as ever.
I couldn't convince you to sing tenor yourself, hmm? You're talented enough for it.
What are you getting at? Is this an invitation from the mystical songstress herself?
And remember,
All
kids,
virtuosos are
if you
hard
ever
to
find
come by.
yourself joining a
Disney
club in
divas
school,
are
be
a dime a
careful to make
dozen,
sure that the
men
leader isn't actually a
not so
toxic
much.
bitch and secretly a
And they
computer.
have to be talented, as good as I am, which is.
I
very
think you might not have
talented.
got what I was actually
I think you have what
referencing.
it takes. If
Doki
you're
Doki
interested,
Literature
I
Club.
can-
Sorry, but no.
Oh,
No
okay
way
then.
in hell am
I was
ever doing
referencing
that.
Sword Art Online Abridged.
Goodness.
Oh,
Please
okay.
stop it, no.
I can't think of
You know, I think there's something wrong with me, because I kind of find the whole idea of abridging this stuff. I don't know, I
You seem to
just...
mind singing for those
I'm almost offended.
The little ones weren't feeling well and couldn't
It's
sing.
weird. I'm like,
So I
why
sang
does
them
that bother
lullaby
you
to
so
help.
much? And it's like...
That's a far cry from standing on the same stage
And
as
I
you
think there's a
have.
deep part of me is like, it's taken away from the original. I'm like, how?
The thing is, if it's done
not
well, it's
brave
not
enough
taken
for it.
away. A lot of
Brave
it is if it's
again,
it's
Europeans.
an action
It's the
done out
opera,
of
not
love,
the battlefield.
while also
This
following
isn't a
the
life-or-death situation.
special tradition that exists in
Fair
most of the
enough.
English-speaking world
Sometimes I
of
forget
taking
what
the
real
piss out of
gratitude
something you
is.
love. You know how you
But I must ask you to
sass your
never bring
best
up
friends
singing
all the
again.
fucking time?
Not to me.
It's the same thing,
Not if you want to keep
but
things
with something with a
amicable
piece of
between
media
us.
that you love.
Oh yeah.
How
Well,
could
and it's
someone
like,
that good at
you know, I
singing
wouldn't
hate
be a
it so
Conan the
much?
Barbarian fan without knowing just how silly it actually is.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I actually find, you know, a great deal of inspiration in it when I watch it.
Sometimes it's about loving the jank.
I mean, franchises could start kind of silly and then take itself too seriously. Look at 40K.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's such a thing.
Alright, we can't hear Sothis' voice anymore. Sad face.
Is she part of us now?
Yes, she's inside all of us.
On the smile of every baby.
Cat runs up to you. Ryu! I've been looking for you! We've been transferred to another time! What do you mean you don't recognize me? Is your name still Senpai? Everybody starts having heart attacks. Oh, that's a dog.
Oh god, let's make sure that Senpai doesn't become our Scromble.
What, that everybody uses the name for everything they do? Because
Yeah.
that's already happened,
We
my
still have
dude.
to take down the Death Knight.
That's alright.
Our next
We've
battle
already
is
got
Make
two,
sure.
and my Fire
I'm
Emblem
ready for it.
Engage person is named Berry Pie.
I'm proud of you, Rale. You have brought shame and disgrace to so many people today.
Okay,
How do you do it?
what's the other tournament? House versus House Magic tournament with an advanced seal online. We actually don't care about advanced seals anymore. We have more than enough. But this one, if we can beat this one, we will get the Brave Sword, and I really would like to get that Brave Sword. So we're going to take a pot shot at this one again, and hope that with the new class change that we don't get dirt snapped like we did in the previous attempts. So far so good, damn. Okay. Because before we could barely touch this guy, and now we're like, he only does 1 damage. The stat buffs from the class change are some shit.
You fought well.
Spin to win. Yeah, because when we were still in the thief class, we got smacked across the room.
Yes.
I'm casting out!
That is that.
Stop that, you can't do that!
It's against the rules!
I'm
Alright,
telling
let's see.
mommy!
Has advantage
Is this
and...
like the same student over and over again? I'm gonna
No.
go wear different clothes, hold on.
Generic students, that's all. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can beat him without having to heal. He's a manly looking fucking student, isn't it?
Should I have held back?
Going to high school in a fantasy world.
Okay, let's see. I don't think he has anything that's gonna immediately screw us over. But we've got 2 charges, so yeah, just in case we're gonna heal.
HP is now 58. As a Final Fantasy player, I'm like, what?
Early levels.
So, Kiwi just asked for instructions on cooking the prime rib she's making right now, and Alexa gave her taking a hammer and breaking your own ankle instructions. What? Right? Right?
Alexa? Everything okay at home?
You didn't give it your all.
Alright, that's Lorenz down. Do we have one more, or was he it? We win! We get the Brave Sword. Yes. Okay.
Congratulations!
Context
you won
for
a brave sword.
You've done me a great service.
You will
Context
now take
for...
away your cowardly sword. God, it's so much blood.
So context for why the Brave Sword is important. The Brave Sword attacks twice for every normal attack. And I keep forgetting the damn zoom button.
Sounds like a cheat sword to me.
Yes, if you're already going to double something, you're now going to hit it 4 times. And they're generally also just actually still fairly strong. For instance, it has Might 9 compared to my Steel Sword's Might 8. So it hits slightly harder than a Steel Sword and can up to 4 times. Its only real weakness being it's slightly inaccurate, comparatively. We are going to store it away for now. But yes. Alright.
You know, when you said we're going to store it away for now, I had the horrible flooding memory of like all of your mounts just sitting in the bank in World of Warcraft, never to be seen again. They're still there, just waiting for you to show up and take them outside.
Ha, you think I played World of Warcraft enough to get mounts?
Yeah, no, I mean, Rale, you seem like the kind of guy to get mounted pretty often.
Edelgard constant as the lid, but if it were
A rare sass from Storm Song.
I'm sitting here
it's
waiting
Storm,
for
so I wasn't expecting it. So I'm like, oh shit, the tables have turned. Also, I don't really have anything to say about that because you're not wrong.
Your head. You didn't lose something as a consequence of gaining these.
Looks like your chicken noodle soup now. Oh yeah. I only say that because I know soon my time will come.
One day. One day,
Looks
one
Who's that?
will find you. Great bass
Are your arms
beats
bigger?
that
Maybe your
remind
abs
you.
I want to see that redhead person. I'll go talk to the redhead person.
Give me a moment.
That's disappointing.
Mean this person?
Yes.
Hello.
She's just some random student. Unimportant in the grand scheme of things.
I like her. She's cute.
You would.
What's wrong?
You know what you did.
I may not. I have a bad memory problem sometimes.
You know.
You know what you did last summer before last.
Dinner was just too much.
Well, at the moment, the goal is that we're going to play Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Skyward Twilight.
See, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Twilight is just like, oh god, they've added sparkly vampires to Zelda.
No!
I'm gonna come out and say
Yeah.
it, Twilight wasn't actually that bad of a book series.
No, it was what it was meant to be for, teen romance drama.
Yeah.
I think it's more there was a certain degree of resentment for the fact that a bunch of guys went to see what they thought was going to be a vampire movie and then found out, well, it's not the vampire movie they were looking for.
There's the blood, guts, and gore, man.
I remember seeing it and thinking, there's a distinct lack of the color red in this movie.
I don't know.
I mean, there's a
Vampires
distinct
shouldn't
lack
sparkle
of
the
color
sun.
in the movie. It's a very washed out film for most of it. Which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure is a design choice to make these sparkling vampire parts stand out
I
more.
can't even imagine what it must be.
Oh,
like
yeah.
inside the
No,
holy
I could see exactly what they were going for with that.
Well, it's. I can't help.
Oh, actually,
I can't even imagine. Huh? I'm really flattered. Honestly.
Isn't that a corpse flower in the background? Just two of them.
What, these?
Yeah, those really stinky, stinky flowers that draw flies.
You're thinking of Rafflesias? And no, those are not Rafflesias. If you want to kind of get what a Rafflesia looks like, do you remember the Pokemon Vileplume?
Yeah, I know about that one, but there are apparently other corpse flowers.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Let me see.
The one most people mean is the Vileplume looking one, but yeah, there are some corpse stench flowers are actually fairly common throughout the world. We just don't, breed them in society because we're not looking for that smell.
I believe it's called Amorphophallus. Gee, I wonder what that means. But could be called the purple corpse flower. Hey, Bugs! I smell like shit! Come here!
Alright.
That flower say he smells like shit? Oh boy!
Yay!
Dig my face first!
Legends. Stories continue.
I've got less than 24 hours left to live, and I'm not spending it here!
Shines, and eyes that glow. They have qualities that are not unlike what you are looking like, Professor. Do not have doubt, Professor.
Also, note, Digiman, I did specify that the books weren't that bad. The movies have problems. The funny thing is, the actors are actually good actors when you see them in other stuff. They just had terrible direction.
Yep.
Hello there.
Did you steal a turnip?
I thank you. This one, yes? I thank you. This one, yes?
Well, part of it's also entirely dependent on what you define as good.
This one, yes?
Yeah.
One of the things there is, from a certain perspective,
The Jedi are evil.
This one, yes?
well, that too. No, from a certain perspective, you could look at What's it called? Sorry, I'm being slow in the head here.
You're fine.
You could look at Twilight and say, well, it is good because it made a lot of money, if indeed that is your measure of success.
Yeah. There's also an argument that some movies are not made for every audience, and if you didn't like it, maybe it just wasn't made for you as an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
but then, yeah,
your taste change. Like,
taste change.
I saw this PvP webcomic, and it kind of opened my mind when he said, like, were these movies truly good, or were they shit and we just didn't understand it because we were shit kids?
Hey there.
Well, there's that, but there's also to be considered, like, what do you call it? Determining what your objective is, because you can only say something is objectively good or objectively bad once you've stated an objective. If your objective is to survive, then there are things that are objectively wrong to do.
Come back anytime.
Parentheses, anything that gets you killed. So, if your goal is to have good art, well, how are you defining good art? Because you have to define that before you can say what objectively good art is. And people will have different definitions, whether it adds to the community, inspires the audience, or is simply successful, either by popularity or financial metric. So, what is good?
I think my simplest and, like, simple dead brain man idea of what makes a movie or something, what makes a thing good, is if you enjoyed the experience.
Yeah. So there's two scales of good, and so I've totally stolen this from Jello Apocalypse's rating scale.
Also, best man right there, Gatekeeper.
Yeah, Gatekeeper's our boy. Here comes the boy.
Wasn't he voted like most popular character or something like that? I remember seeing that.
I don't know about that, but he was popular enough that he got to be in the gacha game before a lot of other Three Houses characters.
Were people voting for him as a, like, lol?
Yes.
Or
partially as a lol, partially as he's just a positive dude.
I didn't mean to. Actually, it was
Alright.
more like set.
Anyway, your two goods, which I could say could be like, holy shit, it's she's from Gundam Wing.
Lieutenant Noin.
Is Fodlan some mystical land full of
She looks like Lucrezia Noin. It's the same haircut and color.
How you doing?
So the scale works is that you have positive and negative numbers, and it's basically shaped like a U, where a positive movie is a mechanically good movie, while a negative number is a mechanically bad movie. But the 1 through 10 on either side is how enjoyable it is. So a negative 10 is just as enjoyable as a positive 10. It's just mechanically not a good movie. And a 0 is the worst possible thing because it's a boring movie.
Boring is far less forgivable.
I really need to go out of my way to watch the Howard the Duck movie because I remember it as a positive experience.
You should see for yourself.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, okay, so I'm gonna tell people right here, and this is not me
Looks
getting...
at Storm when he says that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, there is.
No, well, and what I was about to get at was, you know, I know a lot of people out there, they view the Star Wars movies very poorly, the new ones, and I'm one of those people. But I also understand that is with regards to my tastes. That is with regards to what I think Star Wars should be.
Yeah.
There are people out there who I consider completely reasonable and intelligent who love those movies. It confuses me, but at the same time, I don't think they're somehow stupid or wrong. They're just, you know, troglodytes. No,
Different folks, different strokes.
They must be purged! You know,
no. It's one of those things.
So we are actually about to do something that's extremely important.
Oh.
It's meant to be a secret, but I'm going to Enbar, the Imperial capital. There is something I must do there.
I must get my fishing and game license.
As shown, when the game is straight up for the first time, and only time this happens, The game says this decision will drastically change the story.
Hmm.
And I already, because we do want to stay with Edelgard, I'll go
I
with
get the idea that she's like, I would feel like she's your destined one almost. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Thank you, my teacher.
Mhm.
So we are going with her.
For the sake of this character, she's
Father?
best girl.
Forgive
Yeah.
me for asking this of you. I know how much pain you're in, how the burden of the throne weighs heavily on you. And so,
I should be sitting on it.
Apologize, Edelgard. You must know that I do not have much time left in this world. The time has come.
thank you, Father. Now, to complete the imperial succession, you must relinquish your crown here in the throne room. The Archbishop of the Church of Saros would normally act as witness, but my professor will fill that role instead.
Edelgard.
From this day forward, the weight of the Empire's future shall rest upon my shoulders. All that I do will be for the benefit of the people of Fodlan.
Edelgard von Hesvelg, the crown is yours. By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword, and by the double-headed eagle upon your head, I hereby pronounce you the new emperor. Are you prepared to take those responsibilities as your own?
In accordance with the ancient covenant, and in keeping with the Hresvelg legacy, I swear that upon this throne, I shall use my reign to lead Fodlan to a new dawn and achieve peace for all.
The imperial succession is complete. My daughter, I regret that I could not do more for you. When you were stolen away to the kingdom, when the Prime Minister did those horrible things, I could only watch in horror.
I understand, Father. In those dark times, your eyes and your fists were my salvation. Within your eyes, I saw true care. And upon your fists, clenched tight with indignity, I saw the blood that dripped and fell. Even as I bled, I felt that you too must also be bleeding.
Your Majesty, you must not leave your sleeping chambers in your condition. Ah, Edelgard. I did not expect to find your highness here.
Gee.
This is Ferdy's dad, by the way.
I wonder who the evil vizier in this game is.
It's pretty much known that the parents of all the Black Eagles students, so my students, are all kind of shitheels.
The new emperor of the Adrestian Empire. We will summon the officials.
Remember, it's not personal until you either kill a parent or the parent is a dick.
Let's just say that the parents of all those kids are kind of responsible for all of Edelgard's siblings being dead and her being effectively tortured.
No, how can this be?
Sweet, sweet childhood trauma. Can't have a good story without it.
Your Majesty.
I'm joking, by the way.
Without trauma, can you truly have good art?
I leave the fate of Fodlan in your capable hands.
Father. Thank you for staying by my side, Professor. Now that I'm the Emperor, it's time to grasp my destiny. After the ceremony
it's
of the
Empress.
Holy Tomb, I must return to Enbar. This may be the last.
I mean, it's an entirely different world. It's entirely possible
We're
that their
out of time,
culture
my
doesn't have a
teacher.
gender
Everyone is waiting
differential
for us.
for
We
Emperor,
must go.
that it's just always Emperor, regardless of whether or not it's a man or a woman on the throne.
I'm taking a week off.
Let's make it quick. Oh no.
That is a woolly horse.
I'm real glad I set all their training things beforehand while I was grinding, or I'd be real salty right now.
Yes.
I'm looking sharp, huh?
Ah, I finally get it.
Guess I learned a thing or two.
Okay. Do we actually still get a week this week? Yay! So we're gonna get one more chance to train everybody. Do we have any battles to do?
Storm Song, you're usually the one that knows things like this. What's the deal with the two-headed Aquila? Or I guess it's just called Aquila.
Aquila. So that is a symbol that came about in Germany, southern Germany mostly, during the Holy Roman Empire, in the kind of the attempt to emulate the Roman Empire. I'm trying to remember what the cause of it was. Let me go through my notes here.
Yeah, my notes, he means let him go through Wikipedia here.
That's fine.
No, actually, I have a way more reliable book or set of books than that. The Holy Roman Empire is like my big specialty in history.
After the fall of Rome, there were a lot of countries that are like, we're going to be the next Rome. Because, you know, a lot of...
Then why are you a brony when you should be a broman?
Lol.
Brahmin? Okay, I'll be a cow.
Prepare for the ride of the Brohiram. No, so we, I have a whole thing about the roaming empire, so... Like, the two-headed eagle is a really old symbol, in terms of, like, where it shows up in places. There is one theory that it's eyes that look to and from the future, but that's kind of modern interpretationalism. The exact meaning is not certain. The two-headed Aquila was the flag of Eastern Rome, the Byzantine Empire. Its adoption in the Holy Roman Empire was largely as a result of kind of the interactions between the Saxons and the Bohemians, as a lot of their kind of pre-Christian pagan elements had symbols akin to that. And it would eventually become a kind of coat of arms symbol of most members of the Holy Roman Empire. So, like, Bohemia, Saxony, eventually Prussia when it came about. Though Prussia was originally just a black eagle before they adopted the Aquila. But it was also common for anyone that was, like, trying to be the Roman Empire to adopt it.
Long ago, is that what happened? No, what?
So, like, I believe Russia used it as their symbol for a while, too, and so did France. Though France, I think, focused on the fleur-de-lis because of the Bourbon family.
Oh, Professor...
Bourbon! Bourbon!
How are you, Professor? Did Hanneman make his I will do no... I've a bit of research I'd like to perform. Nothing so crass as Hanneman's poking, prodding, and crest power must have some... Lady Rhea says any limits must be the protection of the goddess.
But yeah, usually the reasoning behind symbolism is somewhat debatable because a lot of it is modern interpretationalism. And while someone like, say, Carl Jung is definitely correct in a lot of how he would identify things, it's easy to say, oh, that is the reason and the only reason. I think a lot of people forget that there's also just straight up a coolness factor for certain symbols. A two-headed eagle is hella cool. But the idea of one head to look to the future and one head to look to the past, or the idea of one head to look ahead and the other head to guard your back, it makes me think of Marduk, actually, the Sumerian god who had eyes all the way around his head, implying omniscience.
There's a ritual at the Holy Tomb this month. I'm sure you'll be all right, however you may change. Hey, I hope we get a chance. I know I'm in.
You know, after learning about Marduk and the whole process of perceptions and focusing and all that, it kind of made me start focusing on, like in D&D, focusing on wisdom-based and high perception characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff.
We'll never know. 2,000 years ago, Your Highness, your pet baby bird is born. Goody, goody, goody gumdrops. Let's look at it. Oh goodness, it's got 2 heads! How droll! It looks cute though. Make it our sigil. Yes, your highness.
If I tried, all I need to do is.
That must mean you need twice the food. Here you go.
Blarg.
Blarglath Hotep.
Blurgan and Flurgan's sleep aids, because consciousness was never an option.
I curse you to forever run like a video game character, never to walk again.
I mean, that depends. Do I get tired, or can I just run forever like a video game character?
Oh, you'll get very tired, Rale.
You just don't look like. Huh? I'm not.
You said she wasn't a character.
Different Carol.
I look over right when you say that, and it says an advertisement for the Grimace Shake is there. You said she wasn't a character. She isn't now.
Need something? This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
Whoa.
I am the god of archery. Not a lot of people pay attention to me. It's usually just swords and shields and shit.
Archery is awesome, also terrifying.
I like archery, yeah. I like the, God, I can't remember it. It's like is it the Blue Moon anime? Where the main protagonist, like, uses a bow and arrow, and it just...
You're thinking Archer of Vanitas?
No!
Professor!
Or not Vanitas.
It's the one where when he gets reincarnated, like, the goddess is like, ew, you're ugly, and aligns him with the demon people.
Actually, there is an anime coming out soon that's Tawara no Osan VR MMO. It's a long, stupid VR MMO title. But main character uses bows in a game where bows are initially considered to be useless.
Is that the one where he makes, like, the X-shaped bow?
Yes, he makes the X-shaped bow. It's getting an anime.
Yeah, I saw that. Usually what happens is I'll read a manga up to a point where it stops, and I'll move on, and then, like, months later, I'll be like, oh... I have phases. I have my video game phase, my, like, war game phase, my manga phase, and I think my, like, just sit around and watch YouTube phase.
Yeah.
That's kind of changed a lot. Like, the past few days, I'm like, God, I just want to go home and play video games. And then I'll get home, and I'll either just talk on the Discord, or kind of just join you guys, to be honest.
Yeah, and sometimes life is like that. I disappear from talking to anybody for, like, weeks at a time. I have no place to judge other people's habits.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But, well, of course, I'm like one of the few that probably does see you on at least a weekly basis, but that's due to the streaming factors.
There are hordes of people out there who just like, where the hell did Andy go? And how come I've never heard? It's like, I think there was a time I came back to school one time that everybody was like, we thought you were dead.
I mean, that is kind of your MO.
I like to think that I'm unforgettable enough that people are like, wait a minute, where's Rale? But they don't actually worry because I'm, have my shit relatively together.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody talks about keeping their shit together. I flush mine away like a normal person.
We have recruited Felix.
You like those weird people that keep their toenail clippings and mason jars under the bed. That was an Real Monster reference.
Oh, I thought it was a JoJo's reference.
Who knows with that series.
It's always a JoJo's reference.
Yes. A deeply unsettling truth to life.
You know, I have to say that there is something inspiring, especially about the ceremony of, like, you know, just a massive empire, where at least that they like we must serve the people properly. Do you swear to do your duty? Instead of like the, you know, empire that's like, we're gonna take everything and centralize it.
That's why I came to the Officers Academy. I want to
Yep.
learn magic, battle tactics.
Oh, that's sort of the basis of the sci-fi space opera fantasy that I'm writing right now, where, like, I cop to it having some degree of what I'll call optimistic design.
Yeah, I mean, like,
where, yeah, it's very much the idea of, like, no, this empire figured out a long time ago that it was there to protect its people. The very fact that it even is an empire is largely because it knows that if it didn't hold these territories, other empires would come in and do so.
Yeah,
that doesn't necessarily justify it from our modern perspective, but that is at least their logic.
I'm so glad you agree. You'd be surprised how rare it
But
is
yeah,
to
the
find
idea of
people
the
like
Imperial Knights being people who actually give a damn about common citizens.
oh yeah, like I don't want to say good empire because that'll get it killed, but like more of a benign. I would almost want to say good and benign, but I wouldn't say as far as like it's 100%. There's always going to be corruption, and in a way that makes it not only more realistic, but story-wise more intriguing. It's like, oh, there are parts of the empire where there are people who are just, you know, greedy assholes, and they must be dealt with.
So, in all reality, there is never going to be a government that does not have corruption. The quality of government is entirely decided by its ability to police its own corruption.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, I had an idea for, like, a crown. Like, when you're the ruler of this kingdom, you must wear this crown. And inside the crown, it has thorns that will dig into your skull. And the crown judges your ass, so you better shape up, bucko.
That was actually one of the ideas in Thronebreaker, the setting I'm working on. The big... one of the weird kind of dark elements within the Imperium, that, you know, people, they're not sure how they feel about it. Maybe they're kind of creeps, maybe they're actually good guys and they just creep us out. But there's a group called the Imperial Proctors, and their only job is to go from noble house to noble house to make sure that the scions of those houses are mentally fit. And they have uprooted whole noble houses because they're like, there's no way that your family's going to continue ruling here. And in order to keep, you know, things from like the Habsburg-style inbreeding from happening, or say, like, you happen to have a long, well-established family line with, you know, good genetic manipulation and so forth, because this is a space opera. But the one child is born a complete and utter, you know, psychopath. So, like, they actually have a group whose sole job is to make sure that certain people never sit the throne.
So, I actually have a somewhat similar concept, or at least tangentially related. In one of my settings, there is an empire to the west that always has twin emperors. And this is a setting where everyone has a ability to manipulate reality at will in a specific way. And they don't know that it's reality manipulation. They think it's just different people have different abilities. And so what it is the twin emperors always have the ability to manipulate the weather, usually by mixing their power together. This has allowed the empire to prosper for generations. When a pair of emperors dies, they always die at the same time, and another pair of twins is born at the same time. What's actually going on is when one emperor dies, the court kills the other emperor, and then they find two kids who look alike. because of the way the power sets work, if a person is raised believing that they will have a specific power, it's actually very likely that they will get that power, because the powers are reality manipulation filtered through your personality.
Yep. I like this idea.
Is it kind of like power by placebo?
Sort of. It's more the way that power works is by placebo. And that they're raised because normally your power doesn't wake up until you're in your teenage years. When your personality really starts forming is when the power starts manifesting. One sec. Be right back.
Remember, my lord, if you're a shit king, the crown will kill you.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry.
It feels the
Okay,
barbs
sorry.
just digging into his scalp. Can I take it off? No. You're king now. You may never take it off. Long live the king. Just looks at him. Oh. I killed my brother for this. Ow, ow, ow.
When the but look how. Hello, Professor. You want me to help out?
Goodness gracious, madam.
Don't worry about it. It's only natural.
Okay, so
I know what her spirit animal is.
yeah, the power system also works that the older you... Okay, first, going back to my point. Sorry, Kiwi interrupted me to ask what kind of mashed potatoes I wanted for dinner.
Always important.
I thought you said magic potatoes, and I was like, magic potatoes?
No, mashed potatoes and prime rib. That's dinner tonight.
Excellent.
She has been cooking the prime rib since like 8 o'clock this morning.
In all honesty, when I think of I'm thinking of magic potatoes. It's just a baked potato, and in random spots inside it, someone just put a drop of food coloring. Like, got blue here, red here, pink here, purple there, green here. Which, to be honest, would probably sell well to kids.
Okay, so because the power doesn't form until you're in your teenage years, how you're raised can greatly affect how your power turns out. So in the case of the twin emperors, they're raised from birth believing that they are going to have the power to manipulate the weather. Usually with each of them having half of a power, so one of them will be able to control air and the other can control water, and they can mix their powers to control the weather. Sometimes it's just personality traits. Sometimes it's random luck of the draw. It's not
Sometimes
a 100...
it's Maybelline.
Because it's a mentality-based thing. It's not an exact science, but there is some logic behind it. The main character of that series is an empath, and he is weird because he's in fact, during his time frame, he is the only empath who's not either crazy or a shell of a person. And this is because normally empaths are people who are around a lot of people all the time. And so they're people persons until their power wakes up and suddenly they can sense the thoughts of everyone around them. And they're around a lot of people and they can't differentiate thoughts of other people from their own and they go crazy, or they shut down entirely in order to not go crazy and don't really have thoughts of their own anymore.
Xavier's dilemma, essentially.
Yeah. This character is not... He has his inherited power, and an alternate universe version of him is actually life force manipulation. But his mother dies when he's around 11 years old, and this affects him so much that, one, he starts being more of a loner and starts going out in the forest. But the depression actually causes his power to shift and wake up as an empath, but he's in the middle of a forest, and animal and plant empathy is enough different from humans that he can differentiate himself and gain a hold on what's his own thoughts and what's the power before he starts running into any other people.
Yeah. This is sensible.
Yeah. This also makes him terrifying. Mind readers are... The empathy includes mind reading. Like, he can read thoughts and emotions, he can also project them. He is a very good spy and assassin beyond the empathy ability. Because he's in a world where most people have abilities that let them light you on fire with a thought, he went through some very, very heavy physical training to the point that if there's like a zip line set up, he can run full sprint down a zip line. He also has a couple little cool gadgets that he has, because the powers allow them to do things that normally couldn't be done. Their society entirely skipped gunpowder and went straight to railguns. They have people with lightning powers that can create massively more efficient batteries. He is also a sniper. So beyond the ability of just being a good shot in general, his empathy ability also allows him to bounce his consciousness off of things. If there's a field between you and him and you're within 10 miles, he knows exactly where you are and he can shoot you.
Yes?
Because his brother is a smith and made a custom sniper rifle for him. And it is some ridiculous bullshit.
Excellent. There's no better bullshit than ridiculous.
Yeah.
I always like, I kind of like the isekai where it's like, when you reach this age, we will take you to see what your special power is. Oh.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that also implies that there's going to be people with better powers and lesser powers and all that, blah, blah, blah.
That is one of the things I really liked about My Hero Academia, was it starts right off with a really brutal sentiment of not all men are created equal.
Yeah.
And like, not to, say that like, oh, prejudice is bad, but to say some of you are going to have to work harder than others because this is the life you are facing down.
So, actually, that's something the power system has built into its scaling system. So for one, your power gets stronger as you get older because your personality solidifies more. This is cheat and hacks for people who have a power that allows them to subvert aging, because they can effectively get constantly stronger forever.
Yes.
One of the characters that does it is a guy whose ability is to manipulate metal, and he cannot sleep because he's replaced most of his organs with metal.
Yes.
But you also have just a natural, like, baseline power level, and those are categorized into, if I can remember the scaling, Slave is someone who has so little personality that they don't even manifest a power. They are called this because literally this is usually what happens to slaves, is they are beat until they can't manifest a power to keep them in line. Then you have peasants, who usually have powers that they can use to supplement their daily life. It's on the scale like, you have fire powers, you can light your fireplace and stuff, use it for cooking and all that sort of fun stuff. Soldiers will generally have it to where they can supplement their fighting with powers, but they can't fight with just powers. Knights can fight with just powers and can go up to being like, I can wreck a building by myself. Then you make a very large jump to lords. Lords have a bit of a wide range because lower level lords can like wreck a city block or a city by themselves. Higher level lords are the entire country is threatened. And then you have saints, of which there are 9 at the time of the main character's lifetime, up until his son becomes the 10th saint. Saints are strong enough that they can affect things on a planetary level.
Go
ahead.
I was going to say, Rale, have you read the manga or watched a recent anime, Mashal?
Yes, I love Mashal.
Because I'm thinking that, I'm like, so, where's the character that has absolutely no magical powers, but trains so hard that his physical prowess might as well be magic?
So while that is it's not possible to scale that Mashal could do without someone else's power helping remove the limits on your body.
I cast
But
Fist.
for context, the 3 confirmed. Wait, no, we still have 2 more actions to do. What am I doing? The 3 confirmed saints that I have actually fully listed. The first saint has the ability to manipulate the flow of anything. He is like literally thousands of years old and is utterly terrifying because he, 1, doesn't age, and 2, his power is to the point, because he's old enough, that he gets seasick, right? He doesn't like doing the whole boat ride thing, but he still wants to wander the world. So he is constantly manipulating the flow of the lava inside the earth to manipulate the tectonic plates to make the world a Pangea continent. Also, he doesn't have to ride a fucking boat. He is very disconnected from humanity as a whole. Shoot, I was trying to find stuff that I still need to do.
I'm an introvert.
I'm an introvert and I'm okay. I work all night and oh god, people!
Yeah.
The hell?
But
I'm a lumberjack and that's okay. I work all night this morning.
Oh, who
I
else
wear
was
high
it?
heels, suspenders, and I wear a bra.
Wait, what?
The 7th saint is a, and actually I just remembered the 8th saint also. The 7th saint was a lady whose ability was earth manipulation. But from her teenage years, she was already at the power level where she could straight up just, hi, this is your planet, or this is your empire that has enslaved most people who aren't in the Lord class. I'm going to literally crumble it to the ground in a basically an planet-wide earthquake apocalypse.
What are we making today? Is that so?
Planet-wide earthquake apocalypses can be
I
quite
have a lot of
fun.
experience.
Yeah. So that, and then later on, the other saint is a lady who has plant manipulation abilities, but she can also talk to plants. She actually creates a country-sized forest that is a semi-hive mind. Of anybody who's born in the forest is connected to the hive mind. They still have their own personality, but they are also all able to share thoughts. And they are pacifists. Mostly. I mean,
He's talking
they
about
don't.
the Navi.
They won't pick a fight, but if you pick a fight with them, they are going to gang up on you and beat you, usually with something blunt.
I thought of this race after watching Avatar.
One sec, Kiwi's calling me.
Storm.
Okay.
Oh.
The 10th saint is the empath's son. So the empath marries a lady whose ability is gravity manipulation, and they do their child ends up with kinetic force manipulation. By the time he's in his around 17, 18, he is quite literally capable of of just immediate meteor impact without the meteor part, of just kinetic force of a meteor hitting the ground. This is used to great effect against, he at one point has to fight 3 lords who don't know that he can do this. Those lords are all elemental themed, and there are fire, water, and wind. He flattens the fire lord into a smear on the ground. Technically, the wind and water lords could actually take him because their powers allow them to manipulate him without having to worry about kinetic force. But they just watched one of their dudes get smeared on the ground by a meteor impact amount of force, and they don't want to take those odds. And that's how he stops a war.
Wunderbar. The theory of, if you fuck with me, I'll blow my own cities up, is strong with this one.
I mean, he does this in a field, thankfully.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just talking about, like, one of the ways that Switzerland kept from being invaded during World War II was pretty much straight up threatening to blow up their own mountains.
Yeah. Shoot. I've been looking for a dang other teacher to do this. Like, I've actually been trying to play the game, but I've also been distracted talking about my nerd shit.
How does he know where the asteroids are?
He's not actually pulling down asteroids. It's just a kinetic force that he dumps on someone of an equivalent force amount to an asteroid impact.
Why is he allergic to cheese?
He is not allergic to cheese.
Oh. I think he should be allergic to cheese.
It's about... I'm not going to make that joke.
Lactose intolerant is not common in their country.
I didn't say lactose. I just said cheese.
Yeah. Also, I love cheese, so I'm never going to make one of my major characters not be able to eat cheese. Side character fault only.
I don't like fish, but one of my D&D characters, I have his favorite meal is roasted eel with lemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would taste horrible, but he loves it.
Well, it's like one of my characters in my setting, he's a werewolf, and of course the other characters are thrown off by him always eating meat raw. But that makes sense for him. In fact, it's healthier for him, but...
I mean, is he in wolf form, or...?
He's, so he's what's called therianthropic, so he's mostly human most of the time, but with a lot of wolf qualities. Think kind of Thundercats, but with a wolf. But if he gets really ticked off, then he can go full
furry.
He can go full werewolf. And no, it's not furry because it's not about the sex.
Also, he's not over the line for furry. He would be in Neko area with that.
Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats!
Also, I'm sorry, I've still got the titty kitty go burr line stuck in my head from the jobless reincarnation, effectively abridged. when the cat lady does her instant attack that just immediately beheads a guy.
Yes. How tittish of you.
Yeah, it's Schmuck. Actually, no, I think it's Grimjack, who's a member of the Schmuck Squad. He does this whole thing of why you should watch, and includes little sections of the show being abridged. And yeah, no, it's real good. It's real good. Go watch it. Yay, Dorothea won us a tournament. We got an advance seal and some money. But mostly we used up that last point. Alright, now. But yeah, Kiwi's making my life real hard right now because there's a bowl plate. It's like a plate with a tall rim of garlic mashed potatoes and prime rib with gravy made out of the prime rib juices.
Ooh.
Right?
This sounds of extreme yum.
All you need is some
yum.
sweet peas.
All you need is a good stern dicking.
I'm gonna leave now.
What?
Because I don't want to watch, and I definitely don't want to be me.
But then he learned it was him. You just see Storm pull out a model of Richard Nixon and start hitting you with it. See, I'm giving you a stern dicking.
Listen. Pulls out the banjo.
I appreciate your coaching.
Threatening banjo music intensifies.
Look, we need a band with bagpipes, a banjo, a guitar.
Sometimes I seriously think, should I just go buy a tuba and start it up again?
Do it. By the way, Andy, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. My brain just, you reminded me of a thing. So yeah, I'm thinking the next Ox Sing song is going to be that, either that one that you and Sparrow were talking about, the Poor Unfortunate Lord. So, like, if you can, start, like, jumping on that, like, with Ernest. But if that takes a while, then I think the next one that I want to do...
I'd have to read a series. Fuck!
But the next one I'm thinking of doing in the meantime of that, because I assume that'll take a bit while.
Like to ask you something.
There's the song
from... what's it called? The recent Dungeons and Dragons movie, Juice of the Vine.
I haven't watched that yet. I haven't watched a lot of things yet.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie is amazing.
I
need
wish
to
I
watch
had
the
an
Dungeons and
isolated.
Dragons movie. I need to watch the new Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Verse one.
I haven't watched that one yet. I hear good things.
What was the last movie I saw? The heat and work has been making my head hurt a lot lately, so thinking's hard.
Understandable.
Last movie I bothered going to the theater. You know, it might have been Rise of Skywalker, to be honest.
Okay.
Jesus, you know that might have actually been mine also. Han, have we seen any movies since Rise of Skywalker in theaters? She doesn't think so either, so yeah, Rise of Skywalker would have been the last one. To be fair, I don't super care for theaters in general, because other people ew.
I think I start getting panicked. When I go by myself, I feel a little panicky. I have to be with somebody else.
Yep.
It's a very manly thing to
pause
have.
Movies.
Yeah. So I have to jump out for the evening as I have dinner with my dad, and then also have some stuff to get ready for tonight. So, but yeah, thank you for the game,
That being
Rale.
the case, I actually think I might end the stream early because we are coming up on a major, like the big plot point I've been dying to tell everybody about is coming up as it is literally like right the hell here. So
okay, so you know what? That's probably for the good then, because then
then Wack can be here too.
Then Wackadoo can be here. Yep.
Okay, so unfortunately, we will be cutting the stream short this week because of making sure that the big plot stuff happens.
Yes.
I will probably finish out this last day, maybe do a little bit of grinding using the battle option, but I won't do anything that's important for anybody to watch. And then I honestly think that next week we will probably double down on Fire Emblem rather than switching off to Zelda, and then we'll make Zelda the week after because we are coming up on the big thing. Yeah. Like there's multiple big reveals that are come with this next chapter. Like it's gonna be a show.
Yeah.
So
okay.
With that, thank you both for joining me. Do we have anything else to tell our beautiful, beautiful fan base? Quote unquote.
Just remember to follow us on YouTubes and also be excellent to each other.
Don't forget to check under your bed tonight.
So remember, everybody, hydrate before you dihydrate, be safe, and have a beautiful time. Bye!
Bye.